Hi everyone, it's great to see you again. And if you are new to the channel, my name is Bill Benoist and I'm all about embracing retirement with purpose, passion, and new beginnings. And in today's video, once again, I'm going to be talking about my passion for photography. I know I've been talking a lot about photography on this channel, but here's the thing. Retirement gives us this reward of time to follow our passions. And photography is not something that I had a lot of time to do when I was working in both corporate America and after I left corporate America, starting that full-time career coaching business. So now that I'm no longer doing the coaching, I get to go out and have fun with photography. Now, I specifically enjoy creative photography. I know there's some photographers out there that do landscape. They do a great job with landscape. Others that are into street photography. There's individuals that are in retirement that are making a side hustle with weddings and portraits and headshots. I know photographers out there doing that. But for me, I really enjoy creative photography. In fact, recently done a couple of videos on some photographers that I really admire. There's a link here in the upper right-hand corner. I recently did a video on Emma Wright. What's unique about Emma Wright is she's known as the master of reflections, and she does all of her work with an iPhone. And then there's Pep Ventosa. Pep Ventosa is a world-renowned photographer. He's known for something that's called In the Round, where he will essentially find maybe a tree or something in a park, and he will just simply walk around that tree, taking a photograph every couple of steps. And then he essentially layers them in Photoshop and uses a blend mode, and he just produces some of the most magnificent photos that you could ever see. And they look like paintings. I enjoy creative photographers that are doing that, and they're the ones that inspire me. So I've been wanting to do a video about this lens here for some time. This is a great lens for individuals that are in creative photography. And I want to talk about this because if you're into photography, you might want to try one of these lenses here. A Lensbaby is the manufacturer, and this particular lens is called a Composer Pro Suite 50 with optic. I know that's quite a mouthful. Lensbaby manufactures these kinds of lenses for just about every major camera brand. I mean, your Canon, your Nikon, your Sony, your Fuji, like this. I mean, your Olympus. Pretty much every brand out there, they're going to have covered. And they do several different kinds of lenses. I'm going to bring you over to their website because I just want to show you. There's the velvet lens. This one produces images with uniquely soft and a velvety appearance. And then there's the sweet lens, which is what I have. And this one creates a sweet spot of sharp focus in the center. And then it is surrounded by gradually increasing blur. And then there's the edge, and the edge is really cool. It produces an edge effect. Really, the optics in this lens, it creates a sharp slice of focus that runs through the image with a smooth gradient blur on either side. And then the other lens that they have is called a twist lens. And the twist lens is exactly what it sounds like. It creates a distinctive swirling bokeh in the background, drawing attention to the subject in the center. And those kind of lenses are often used by portrait photographers. But I want to talk about this baby right here, the Lensbaby. One of the unique things about this, and like I say, it zeroes in on a sweet spot, but you can move that sweet spot in different ways. And you notice that there's a bellow on this lens. So let me go ahead and put this on the camera and give you a little bit better demonstration of this. And again, I'm using a Fuji X-T4, it's my camera of choice. I have a Sony a7 III, but I really do like this Fuji. I love this Fuji, and it's one of my favorite cameras. But notice here that I can go ahead and turn this lens. I can turn it one way. I can go ahead and turn it the other. I can move it up and I can move it down. Now, this lens has an aperture, starts at 2.5 and it goes to f22. And what I found this lens is the best at is doing close-up work. Now, so I know that there are some, according to the website, there's may be some wedding photographers that will use this, but not necessarily shooting with the bride and groom, but maybe close-up work with things like the rings. I like it for shooting flowers, and this really gives a beautiful pictures of flowers out there, very unique, and I'm going to show you that on a trip that I recently did. But one thing about this lens is it's not for the faint of heart. And what I mean by this is it's strictly manual. And sometimes manual focus can be challenging out there. When we're used to cameras that have autofocus, simply either we have it programmed in by just hitting the shutter button halfway down before we click, or a lot of individuals will program a back button for the focusing. But on this camera, you are doing strictly manual focus with a focus ring here, and that can be sometimes challenging. But I tell you, outside of that, you're really going to get some really cool effects. So let me show you some of the photos that I took. I went out to the San Jose Municipal Rose Garden, and it's a beautiful place out there. I'm going to just throw in one picture, or maybe a couple of pictures, just to show you what it looks like from the full. But then I zoomed in and got close to a lot of the individual roses out there. This is not necessarily a macro lens, but it does incredible close-up work. So check it out. So I hope you found this video enjoyable. If you haven't done so already, please make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell notification, as I do upload new videos every week, and I'd hate for you to miss one. Thanks again for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care, and I'll see you next week.